team or all game is going to go. But I mean, it's a pretty good indicator.
Yeah, the team is throwing their ace pitcher here tonight. Kale Witt threw last night for Tri Center. They're going to go with Carter Coonsey. Witt has started the majority of games. The Trojans, their 9 games, started 5 of them so far this season. So, head coach Max Cozile really trusts in Kale Witt, but he pitched last night against the Cardinals, so they'll go with Carter Coonsey tonight, who has made one start this year and a couple of relief appearances, while the Vikings are going a different route. Whereas they're going to use kind of a JV guy who's been throwing strikes at that level as a starter. He's pitched in a couple of relief appearances for the Vikings, and then his sophomore Sage Lotzer. So it's going to be his first varsity start here this evening. And so you got a veteran in Coonsey who's a senior against Blotzer, who has pitched well, but at the JV level. So the advantage pitching wise, I would say Trojans, but the Vikings have their home floor tonight, and they swung the hot bats last night, so anything can happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just a game where you kind of just throw in a new starter and see where he stands. I mean, this is probably a guy that'll be pretty important in a year or two's time. And Tricenten's obviously going to this fall. They got Carter Peasy, a really great pitcher, 1-0, 8 innings pitched, 3.5 ERA. And I'm just excited to see how Sage does. It's always great to see a new pitcher on the mound, see what he has to bring.
So it's Western Iowa Conference baseball here tonight as Tri Center battles AHSTW. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mid-States Bank. We'll be back after this timeout. Timeout with more on tonight's showdown between the Vikings and Trojans here on KSOM.
Sounds even louder compared to this guy.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Avoca, Chris, Jack, and Fletch along with you here this evening. Let's take a look at this standings right now in the WIC, the Western Iowa Conference for Baseball. Underwood is going to be hard to beat, folks. This team is the defending 2A state champs. They're ranked number 1 in 2A, and they have blown everybody out that they faced so far this year. They played Tri-Center already, and it was a 13-1 win for the Eagles. AHSTW has not yet played. Well, yes, they did. They played back on the last day of May, May 30th, and it was a 16-2 win for Underwood. So I don't think Underwood has really gone distance in a lot of their games so far this year. They've been 10 running with everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of an adjustment that you kind of need to make once you get deeper into the season. Start playing a lot better teams, and it's kind of a downside of just mercy ruling every single team you play. I mean, you're not really used to going 7 innings. You might have to make some changes on the mound. You might have to make some adjustments in the field, and they got to be ready for that. I mean, Underwood's always been a great team. It feels like you can look at all the metrics you want, but until you really get a look at them, I mean, you never really know the full story. And it's a team we're going to be covering pretty soon, I believe.
Yeah, a couple of weeks we're going to Underwood to see them play Trainer. And then the last regular season game of the year should be interesting is they play Harlan. So they are going to move up in class, but you have conference commitments, and that becomes a priority. And with the pitch count rules as they are, you don't want to overwork your pitchers throughout the season. So you kind of, with everything going on, Underwood is, they're stuck on what they're facing good teams here in this conference. I mean, like Logan Magnolia, they're 5-1. Their only loss coming to Underwood. Tri-Center and Trainer are both 5-2 in conference play. So those four have kind of separated themselves from the rest of the pack, and then you get to the bottom in AHSTW fighting with like Missouri Valley, who's 3-4, then the Vikes at 2-4, Riverside 2-4, ICAM Manning about 2-5, and Ottoman still looking for their first conference win of the season. So it's important when you're playing these home games to try and defend your home field. And when you got a good team like Tri-Center coming in, you just have to wait and see. But they're going to kind of throw a little bit of an unknown in Blotzer here this evening. And it's going to be interesting to see Tri-Center. They probably don't know much about them, and maybe that's an advantage. And if Blotzer comes out and his as Coach Ritz has said, he's been throwing strikes. So if he comes out and does that here tonight, then who knows? Anything can happen. This is baseball.
And this is a team that also came off a 20-run win on the road. So, I mean, it's kind of fun to just have a high-scoring affair like that and get the bats going, and that can be really good for your momentum. I mean, Tri-Center is a very strong team, but AHSTW coming off a really nice win in Oakland.
And I talked with Coach Kazil earlier today, and talked about the team at length. And he really likes his seniors. But last night against Trainer, he got production from the bottom part of his lineup, and like Aiton Golaf, the second baseman who hit 7. He got a big hit late in the ball game last night for Tri-Center, and actually they were scoreless with Trainer until they broke out with 7 runs in the 4th inning. So it was a scoreless tie up until then, and then they scored 7 times in 1 inning, and they rolled their way to the win after that. So it was a close game for Bart, and Golaf was one of the guys who sparked the rally. And part of the keys, Jack, I always say, is if you get production from the bottom part of your lineup, it doesn't have to necessarily be a hit, but if you can fight a walk, get on base, do whatever you can do, move runners up over, if you can try and get production from the bottom 3 hitters or so in your lineup, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
Yeah, and it's not even about getting on base, I'd say. I mean, even just like getting a 7 or an 8 pitch at bat, just fighting hard at the plate, that'll be great if you're down in the bottom of the order like that. And if you can get even more from that, a base hit, maybe an extra base hit, that's even better. Because if the bottom of the order is doing good, the top of the order will take care of themselves.
It's a little windy here tonight, but it's right behind us and blowing out to the outfield. The coaches are presenting the starting lineups, and we're going to have baseball coming your way here shortly as AHSTW takes on Tri-Center. We're back in 2 minutes with the start of this one here on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
Choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What?
How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Ranger. The head coach for the Trojans is Matt Kazil. He's assisted by Chris Corey and Travis McKee.
And some of the players on that team are also on this baseball team. They are.
And now for AHSTW Vikings.
One injury note for AHSTW.
Leading up, playing left field, number 18, Aiden
Here
Akers.
tonight, he was
Batting second and playing shortstop, number 20,
against
Braden
the
Finner.
Bulldogs. But head coach
Batting third, catcher, number 24, Camden Grayson.
Go now. And so
Playing third base, number 11, Cash Freeman.
in the lineup for
Playing first base, number 2, Cal Parker.
33 clips.
Tonight's starting pitcher, number 13, Sage Blosser. Playing right field, number 22, Sam Stern.
Factor there for the Vikings.
Playing center field, number 16, Ty Nelson. The designated hitter, number 10, Chase Wheatley. He'll be hitting for the second baseman, number 19, and
Trey was telling me before the ball.
the head coach for the Vikings is Trey Brooks. He's assisted by Trey Moser, Braden Lund, and Christian Holzoff.
The talent that he has at the lower levels, a lot of talent cut up in 7th grade. He's got an 8th grader that he's really high on, but he doesn't want to move him into varsity too soon. He's high on Camden Grayson, who's a freshman. And so he's coming along, but you need that experience for that talent to become a good softball player. So we have Sage Blotzer on the mound for AHSTW. And here's the starting lineup. He'll face, as turned in by Troy Sarek, Max Cozile. Lincoln Thomas is at first base. He's a senior. He'll lead it off. Gail Witt in center field. The junior will bat second. Carter Kunze, the starting pitcher, and the senior. He will hit third. A.J. Harder in third base. The sophomore in the cleanup spot. Gail Corrins is the designated hitter. Senior bats fifth. Kristen Gunderson is the catcher. Junior will hit sixth. Aiden Goldap is second baseman. Sophomore will bat seventh. Will hit the 7th spot. Trenton Huber in left field. The junior will hit 8th. And Brody Wiegner is the junior shortstop, and he will bat 9th. And Blotzer is pitching for HSTW. He's made 2 relief appearances. No record, no ERA. He has thrown just an inning and 2/3. He's allowed 3 runs, but none of which are earned on just 2 hits. He's walked just 1, struck out 2. The opponents in the short amount of innings are hitting just an even 200 against him. So he's looked good in relief in certain situations for the Vikings, and he gets the start, his first varsity start of his career tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, just a very young player and someone that's definitely going to be important later in his tenure in high school. And that's kind of the story with all of HSCW, I'd say, where they've got a lot of young players. And I mean, they might not be there yet, but in 2 or 3 years' time, I mean, this team might be dangerous.
We're going to get a late start here tonight in Avoca, but a nice night, warmer than it was last time when we were in Oakland for Riverside against AHSTW in softball. Won by the Bulldogs 10-0 tonight. I think we're about 20 degrees.
For those Rovers,
And they were last night. We're ready to go now. Thomas will stand in for Tri Center, and Blotzer, the pitcher on the mound. And the first pitch of the ball game is Rick Fowle on the third base side, and it's 0-1 to Thomas. First pitch tonight is at 7:37. We have sunshine, 80 degrees here at game time. Wind blowing out of the south at 9 miles an hour. Thomas hitting .385, and that pitch is in the dirt by Blotzer, and the count is even at 1-1 Thomas with 4 RBIs on the season for the Trojans. HSTW wearing whites with pinstripes. And the Trojans kind of a mustard yellow light color. Here's a high fly ball hit into center field. That's going to be a roller into center field. That's going to be a base hit. I thought that was up in the air, but it died quickly and got into center to a single for Thomas.
Yeah, outfielders are playing really, really deep there, and it was just kind of had the time there to make a drop, and the center fielder really couldn't hustle hard enough to make a play there.
Cale Witt now will stand in for trying center. Defensively behind Blotzer, Aiden Akers in left field, Ty Nelson in center. Sam Stern is off the line in right. Swing, and there's a drive in towards left center field. Ranging over is Nelson, and he gets there to make the play for out number one. Hard to shoot the ball through the netting and through the chain link fence, and I'm not used to this angle. Yeah. We've been seeing the ball at field level. We're in the press box here tonight, so I haven't seen a ball game from this angle in a long time. Here's Carter Kuzi now for the Trojans. On the infield, we'll get you the infield alignment for the Vikings shortly. Thomas on first, and Blotzer from the stretch. The runner goes. It's a breaking ball. It's in there for a called strike. The throw is not in time. Covering at second was Andrew Lund, and it was in the dirt and had a little kind of, wasn't a straight throw. It had a little, kind of an arc to it, and that allowed Thomas to get the stolen base.
Terrible throw there. I mean, kind of had a one hopper off the dirt there, and it's kind of hard to pick, but it could be worse.
Nothing to win to Kunze, and a curveball, and that's a base hit into left. Thomas rounding third. He's coming home. The throw is cut off and short, and it's an RBI single for Kunze, and the Trojans draw first blood. They lead at 1-0.
429 average by Carter Kuzi. 486 on base percentage. That's a dangerous hitter right there.
And that'll bring on A.J. Harder. The defensive alignment on the infield, Cash Freeman at third, Braden Finneran, the shortstop, Andrew Lund at second. Calvin Parker is at first base, holding on Kunze. Camden Dreesen is the catcher. The runner goes. The pitch is dropped. It's a strike, though, and it's 0-1. The count to Harder. But another stolen base for trying center. Count is 0-1 to Harder, batting .261 with 1 homer and 4 runs batted in. 1-0 trying center in the top of the first. And a swing and a miss. That ball was thrown so softly it popped out of the mid of Dreesen. And it's 0-2 as Harder way out in front of it. Changeup seems to be the best pitch for Blotzer. He'll also throw a curveball occasionally. But he does not throw hard. It's a lot of soft stuff, but he throws it for strikes. He's been doing that. There's a breaking ball. The bend on that was beautiful. Blotzer, and he freezes Harder. The second for the
Yeah, I mean, like you said, not the hardest pitcher, but I mean, the slow stuff can be just as dangerous as the fast stuff.
First strikeout for Blotzer. 2 away now for Cale Corrin with Kunze on at second. First pitch is behind Corrin. The breaking ball didn't break that much that time. 1 ball, no strikes to Corrin, the designated hitter, batting .190 with 7 runs batted in on the season. 1-0 trying center. Kunze at second with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Blotzer trying to get out of it. The 1-0 pitch. Swing, there's a line drive, base hit. That's into left field. Kunze rounding second. The throw from left is Akers, and that's cut off and short. It's an RBI 2-out single for Corrin. 2-0 Trojans. Corrin was right on top of that one, right into the gap in left center.
Yeah, I mean, a nice sound off the bat. That's just a beautiful piece of hitting right there.
That'll bring on Tristan Gunderson for the Trojans. Corrin runs. The pitch is outside. There's no chance for the catcher, Dreesen. Yeah, no chance to run on that one. He had to backhand that ball. And try center, they are looking to run at all times. So Corrin in his scoring position, now the 1-0. And a swing of this for strike 1. Good breaking ball that time by Blotzer again. Gunderson hitting 160, does have a home run and 8 RBIs. A lot of RBIs for a guy hitting 160. 1-1 the count to Gunderson. Swing and a slowly bouncing ball hit the third, but it's going to go foul as Freeman charged it and gobbled it up in foul territory. 1-2 to Gunderson. It's 325 down the lines here in Avoca. 360 to straightaway center field. There is a ton of foul territory in this on this field.
Yeah, one thing we acknowledge is that it's 60 feet from the plate to the backstop, and that's going to be pretty dangerous for your catchers. You got to be on top of that ball wherever it goes.
That's like almost 6 inches, 6 inches away from, it being to the rubber. 1-2 to Gunderson. Swing, and there's a drive into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. Coming third is Corin. He will score. It's another 2-out RBI hit, this time by Tristan Gunderson. And Tri-Center leads it 3-0.
I mean, all we've seen so far from Trojans is just excellent hitting. And I mean, every single at bat, we've seen excellent swings, and a lot of them have come to convert onto the field for 2 runs or 3 runs.
Tri-Center from the right side, and Blotzer wants to get out of his mess and get to the bottom of the first inning. Runner goes. The pitch is high and inside, and no chance at all for Dreesen. And it's the fourth stolen base of the inning for Tri-Center.
Yeah, I mean, there's been 2 stolen bases there where the ball was just going hard to field for the catcher. The first one was down and away. That one was pretty much on the batter's head, and it's really hard to convert on throws like that.
The 1-0 pitch, and Blotzer misses high inside, and it's 2 balls and no strikes to Goldham, hitting 174 with 3 RBIs on the season, the 7th man to hit for Tri-Center here in the bottom of the first. And now the 2-0 pitch, now a snap throw, and it bounced, fielded by Lund, a big lead over there by Gunderson, but he's able to get back because the ball bounced.
Yeah, I mean, that was a suicide lead over on second. I mean, if he had a slightly better throw on the pick like that, that would have been an easy out.
3-0 Trojans, 2 balls and no strikes, and there's a swing at first pitch, strike 1. Another changeup thrown by Blotzer, and Goldham way out in front of it. 2-1 to the Trojan second baseman. They have hit Blotzer for 3 runs on 4 hits so far. With a hitter in the back, just trying to go inside with it. It seemed like it was a fastball, and he wasn't able to get control, or whether he wanted to break with it. It didn't break at all. And Goldham is here. So 2 on, 2 out, and Trenton Hubner now the batter for the Trojans.
Kind of a threat here on the bottom of the order. I mean, 238, 450 on base percentage. Kind of tried to break some slightly lower average hitters, but this guy looks pretty dangerous, Chris.
Joey Spleichel will run for Gunderson at second base, the catcher. They kept Gunderson in there. He had swiped second, but now Spleichel will take second, and Hubner is waiting for Blotzer to get himself set on the rubber. 3 runs already in for Tri-Center here in the top of the first, and they still have 2 on, but there are 2 outs as Hubner stands in. First pitch from Blotzer. Swing and a line drive. That finds its way in the hole in left field. That's going to be a base hit. Finally fielded by Akers, but Spleichel scores from second, and it's now 4-0.
Another beautiful piece of hitting. I mean, that's all it's been so far in this half inning for the Trojans. Just great hits, laying it out there in the field.
Goldham stops at second base, and the first double for Tri-Center. That'll bring on Brody Widener, the shortstop for the Trojans. First and second right now for Widener, the number 9 hitter. And the first pitch is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. Widener hitting .304 with 1 homer and 4 RBIs on the season. What a big statement for Tri-Center early on in this one against the Vikings. From the stretch, the 1-0 and low. Runner's going to break for third, but the ball is thrown into left field. That will allow Goldham to come home and score the 5th run of the inning on the year from the Vikings.
No, I mean, Gunderson gets rewarded for that risky base run. We were saying he had a lot heavy leads over on second, and he saw a misstep by the catcher, and he took advantage of it.
So the first error on AHSTW, a risky play with 2 outs to run to third. Hubner able to take second on the play, and the count 2 balls and no strikes to Widener. And the pitch, a hard ground ball down the line at third. That's a fair ball. Rounding third, here comes Hubner. He will score easily. Akers gets it in foul territory. The ball stopped. The throw to second is not in time. And Widener has an RBI double. And trying center out in front 6-0.
First baseman, number 17, Lincoln.
So the man who started this whole thing is Lincoln Thomas, and he'll come up as the Trojans bat around against Blotzer here in the first. Snap throw over to second, and kind of a close play as Widener just able to get his hand back. But Thomas started it with a leadoff single. He stole second and scored on Carter Kunze's RBI single. Kunze hasn't even had a chance to pitch yet. And Tri Centers put up a big number here in the first. And the breaking ball is outside for ball one. Well, Blotzer has been able to throw strikes, but Tri Center, he's made a couple of good pitches, but they've been jumping on top of his fastballs that's been in the zone. Swing, that one's fouled in the dirt, and it's 1-1 to Thomas. Right now on the softball field, AHSTW looks like they're out to a 4-1 lead in the third inning there over Tri-Center. Another snap throw to second, and diving back into the bag is Widener. He'll need that uniform laundry service after the ball game. Why not get a little dirty? Although the wind might blow it all off. It's not as windy as it was last night. Swing, and there's a high pop fly, foul, way out of play behind us. If it doesn't hit our vehicle, the boss would be upset. It would be my fault.
Okay, we moved it.
1-2. Well, I moved it from where we unloaded everything. 1-2 now to Thomas. Ooh, that slipped out of Blotzer's hand on a breaking pitch. Is way high, missed badly with it. 2-2 to Thomas. I don't think Coach Briggs had any intention of getting Blotzer out of there early on. 2-2 pitch to Thomas. Breaking ball is outside. It bended all the way. That was like a 12-6 breaker. Breaker to the strike zone for Blotzer. No, it's outside. The count is full to Thomas. 6 runs in this inning for Tri-Center. Widener on at second. The payoff pitch. And that is drilled into left, but in the air, backing up to the wall is Akers, and he hauls it in for the third out of the inning. But Tri-Center backs around. They send 10 men to the plate. They score 6 runs on a total of 6 hits. There was 1 man left aboard. They're a half inning, Tri-Center 6, and AHSTW coming to bat. You're on KSOM.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
At Mid-States Bank, they are more than just a bank. They are your neighbors. Proudly locally owned and operated, they understand the unique needs of our community. Mid-States Bank provides the highest quality customer service through tailored banking, innovative products, and highly trained employees. With personalized service, they take the time to get to know you and help you reach your financial goals. You choose how you want to bank, in person, over the phone, or online. Mid-States Bank. More options, more service, more willing. MidstatesBank.com.
Junior at third base on the cleanup spot. Calvin Parker, junior at first baseman, will bat fifth. Sam Blotzer, sophomore, he's the pitcher. He'll hit 6. Sam Stern, sophomore in right field in the 7th spot. Ty Nelson, a junior in center field, will bat 8th. Chase Wheatley, junior designated hitter, will hit 9th. So Kunze
Moving on for the Vikings, left fielder, number 18, Hayden Akers.
Wonderful to take them out, and you already have a 6-0 lead. Coonsey making his second start of the season, 4th overall appearance, a 1-0 record of 3.50 ERA. As Hayden Akers, the veteran senior, will stand in, and the first pitch is fouled back to the screen, and it's 0-1. Akers hitting through 8 guys on the season. And they're wasp hunting up here in the press box. Wasp killing. I think wasp. The 0-1 to Akers from Coonsey is up high, 1 ball and 1 strike. I think they got their victim. Yep. One less wasp. I'm all for it. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss by Akers. And it's now 1-2. For Coonsey, 8 innings pitched so far this year. He's allowed 4 earned runs on 7 hits. He has walked 7, struck out 9. He's hit 4 batters. Opponents hitting .233 against him. 1-2 misses. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Akers. Vikings need base runners to try and answer, and just, you never know, they could put the crooked stick up on the number 2. Coonsey misses high, and the count is full to the veteran Akers. I thought he was going to be able to pitch tonight. He did throw a few pitches last night against Riverside. A breaking ball just misses outside for ball 4, and Coonsey stops really off.
Something I'm noticing is that this trend for the AHSTW batters, very similar averages between their batting average and their slugging percentage. So what that tells me is the team that really likes to play slow and maybe advance those base runners through different means.
Braden Finneran will stand in now for the Vikings. The shortstop from the right side against the right-hander Coonsey. And a fastball misses low for ball 1. Finneran hitting .391 with 1 homer and 2 RBI. Defensively behind Coonsey, Tristan Hubner in left, Cale Witt in center, Braden Meyer is in right. 1-0 the pitch to Finneran, and it's low in the dirt. On the infield for the Trojans, A.J. Harder at third, Brody Wagner is at short, Goldamp at second, Lincoln Thomas is holding on, Akers at first, Tristan Gunderson is the catcher, Carter Coonsey the pitcher. The 2-0 in the dirt again, and he's fallen behind Finneran at 3 balls and no strikes. Well, now patience has got to be the theme for the Vikings, with Coonsey having trouble finding the zone to start. The 3-0. And it's taken all the way for a called strike. Finally gets the zone on a 3-0. But Finneran was taken all the way. 3-1, the hitters count to Finneran. Dangerous right-handed hitter. And a fastball too high. And back-to-back walks by Coonsey here in the bottom of the first. And that'll bring on Dreesen.
Catcher, number 24, Kendon.
So 6-0 Tri-Center with the lead, but the Vikings have something brewing here in the bottom of the first, and that'll bring a visit to the mound. Try and calm down veteran in Carter Coonsey. Tri-Center has added another run in the softball game that you guys get. So they're going to add another. It's going to be 4-3 AHSTW with the Trojans batting in the top of the 4th inning.
It's a leadoff, man.
Yeah. That is
She's able to see that ball's
the field here at AHSTW on the edge of town. All we can see beyond the outfield fences is, well, there's a power pole there. That's not really inviting. And farmland. That's about it. And then trees off in the way distance. There's a big kind of hump that's sticking over the trees out in dead center field. I mean, way beyond. So it's just kind of looming there. All right, conference is over. Coonsey finds the zone there. Called strike to Dreesen on the outside corner. And it's 0-1 to the Vikings catcher, hitting .333 with 4 RBIs. Runners at first and second on walks. Coonsey finds the outside corner again with a fastball. And suddenly he's ahead at 0-2. Coonsey getting that outside corner. Called 2 pitches in a row. Does he try it again? The 0-2. Swing, and it's fouled back out of play towards the parking lot. And the fate of my employment is on the line. Stays at 0-2 to Dreesen. Akers and Fennerin at first and second. And a breaking ball, strike 3 call on the outside corner. He hit the outside corner twice with fastballs. Then after a big ball, he hit it with a big bending breaking ball that nips the outside corner for a perfect pitch.
Looks like that talk on the mound worked out all right for the Tri-Center Trojans. Starting to gain some defensive momentum here.
One away for Cash Freeman. First pitch, and that's a chopper on the left side. But when luck was Hubner, and they had to hold Akers at the last moment at third. Hubner charging that ball, a great attempt by Schwartz. Short to dock for it. He could not come up with it, but Hubner was so shallow and left that he was able to get to that ball in a hurry. Freeman gets the first hit for the Vikings. Bases are now loaded. One away for Calvin Parker.
Taker's eyes definitely lit up when he saw it get past the 2 infielders. But Hubner was right there. He had to scurry back to third.
First pitch to Parker is in there for a called strike, and the official, the umpire, just pointed at the Viking dugout, so he didn't like what he heard on something there. Breaking ball, that's in there for a called strike. And Coonsey now ahead at 0-2. You never want to get on the umpire early in games. If you're going to get on them, do it like in the middle part. And you're going to get borderline calls. You're not going to get borderline calls. There's a strike 3 call on the outside corner that looked a little low to me, but the umpire may not be happy right now. There's 2 away here in the first, and that'll bring on Sage Blotzer, who will try to help his own cause. First pitch, and that's a slow chopper. Bounce to short. Wiegner. Score a run. The Vikings are on the board. It's now 6-1 Tri-Center. So Blotzer gets on the error. That means all the runs, any more runs scored this inning for AHSTW will be unearned. And now the umpire has his mask off and he's staring
Courtesy runner
to the AHSTW dugout. Referring to the courtesy runner. I think he just wants to know who the courtesy runner is. And it's Tipton Lamb, an 8th grader, who will run at first. So here's Sam Sturm now, 6-1 to score. Sturm looking for his first RBI of the season. First pitch by Coonsey, and that's a tad high. 1 ball, no strikes. Sturm with a 2.78 average on the season, the sophomore in the 7th spot. Bases loaded for the Vikings. Swinging and a miss for strike 1. 1-1 to Sturm. Back-to-back leadoff walks have hurt Coonsey here in the bottom of the first. And the Vikings further capitalize. 1-1. That's a looper into center field. Bounce pitch short. And fielding it was Wiegner, but he has no play. It's an RBI single for Sturm, and it's 6-2.
Beautiful piece of hitting there, too.
Number 16.
At that point, it's taken so long for the infielders to get to it that you're already pretty much guaranteed to land on base.
Yeah, it wasn't hit all that hard, but Wiegner had a long way to go to get it, and he kept it from going deeper into center. Here's Nelson, and Ty Nelson takes the first pitch for ball 1. Nelson just 2 for 18 on the season. 2 runs in for the Vikings. That one's in the dirt, and squirts away. A lot of ground back there. Score easily is Freeman, and it is 6-3. Tri-Center still with the lead, but the Vikings have cut it in half.
Yeah, really proving the amount of space behind the plate there. He was already home by the time the catcher got to it.
Hunters move up. It's 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes to Nelson. There's a big gap on the right side of the infield. The pitch is way high by Coonsey. 3 balls and no strikes. The right fielder, Meyer, though, is hooking the line. There's a huge gap in right center field right now. 3-0 to Nelson. Ball 4, way too high. A 4-pitch walk. And the first walk of the inning. Tri-Center sent 10 to the plate in the top of the first, and now the Vikings will have their 9th batter hit here in the bottom half of the inning. It's Chase Wheatley will step in, who was subbed in at the last minute as the designated hitter. Wheatley takes a strike on the outside corner. Good breaking pitch by Kunze. Wheatley hitting .333. He's only got 1 RBI on the season.
This is a half inning you really love to have after a bad offensive inning from the AHSTW Vikings. I mean, you don't need to get them all back, but just to have 3 runs on the board chipped back at that lead, it's always great to have.
Breaking ball is high. 1 ball and 1 strike to Wheatley. And the pitch. And it swung on and fouled out of play. It's 1-2. Wheatley, not much RBIs, but he's got a decent batting average. And he's got them loaded here in the first. Trailing by 3, the 1-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. Big pitch. Kunze actually strikes out the side. All 3 of them looking. He gives up 3 walks, though, and a total of 3 runs on 2 hits. There was an error and 3 left aboard. Through 1 inning, we got an offensive showdown here. Tri-Center 6, AHSTW 3, here on KSOM.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to brockercarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
To the circuit to Tri-Center with a 6-3 lead, and Keel Witt will lead things off for the Trojans against Sage Blotzer, who stays out there for the Vikings. And a big bending breaking ball actually was a lot closer than I thought that was going to be. That turned Witt around, and it just misses for ball 1.
Sage coming off a 29 pitched first inning where he had 18 strikeouts. Not a bad ratio, but they were hitting the heck out of him.
1-0 pitch by Blotzer, misses inside again. 2 balls and no strikes now to Witt. A .360 hitter for the Trojans. The 2-0. He turns on it and rips it foul on the third base side. And to the left side of Koziel as you face him in the third base box. 2-1 now to Witt. 6-3 Trojans with the advantage. All that damage done in the opening frame. That one's in the dirt. Squirts all the way back to the screen. 3-1 now to Witt.
Yeah, Jason, they got that pulpit.
He is was a key performer for Tri-Center in the football season. What a run that Trojans did, going all the way and winning the state title. The basketball team was pretty good too, but fizzled out a little bit in the playoffs. The breaking ball misses high for ball 4, and Blotzer gives up a leadoff walk. That's his first free pass. He does have a hit batter, but that'll bring on Kunze.
Pitcher, number 22.
Chris Kunze, the big star for the football team at running back. Kunze with an RBI single. Man, he's going. I think he's going to Grandview to play football, if I'm not mistaken. I have to look that one up. Don't hold me to that. He's playing football someplace. I know that. I should have written that one down. Kunze, an RBI hit, stolen base, and a run scored in the first inning.
Just the beauty of these 1A and 2A schools. You got a lot of athletes who are, it just seems like they're good at everything. This.
Witt goes. The pitch is way up and in. Kunze has the duck out of the way of ball 1. and Witt has it stolen easily. Well, apparently they have scouted Dreesen, the catcher, and they're running on him every chance they get, unless that's just what they like to do. Coonsey, 1 ball, no strikes. The count against Blotzer. 6-3 Trojans, top of the second. Breaking ball, that's in there for a ball strike. That's a great pitch. Well, right into the heart of the zone against Coonsey. All he had to do was pretty much look at it and pray. 1-1 to count to Coonsey. The pitch from Blotzer. That is for strike 2.
He hasn't answered yet. What? He hasn't answered yet. I wonder if he should. I'm still playing right now. Maybe you'll figure me done.
1-2 the count to Coonsey here in the top of the second inning as Blotzer takes a long time. Coonsey waves the bat impatiently. Swing, and it's popped up. Foul ground, first base side, and that's going to get over the fence. There is a ground rule here. There's some open fencing on both sides beyond into the outfield foul ground. So there's a chalk line there. If it goes over the chalk line, it's out of play. Even if you catch it on the run, which would have to be a mad sprint, you're still out of play. 1-2 the count to Coonsey from Blotzer. Breaking ball, and it's rolled foul on the third base side, and it'll stay at 1-2. Just a tremendous athlete. Carter Coonsey is also a wrestler. Says his most memorable moment in high school, definitely winning a state championship. I was right. He is going to Grandview. He reaches forward, pops it up, foul ground, a long run for Parker. And he almost overran the ball, and he might have because it drops in just out of his reach. Parker was going full tilt and just could not come up with a pop-up. And so Coonsey has new life. If he gets a hit, you could almost rule an error on the first baseman. I'm not going to, but you could.
Yeah, lucky break there. I mean, he was halfway to first, still holding his bat, and then he slammed it down. I don't know if you saw that, Carter, or Chris, sorry. But Carter is definitely happy to get that one back.
1-2 to Coonsey. Future Grandview Viking. As I said, it's a powerhouse in NAI football. Well, missed way outside, dropped. Will be an error on Blotzer, or excuse me, on the catcher, Dreesen, and that allows Witt to move to third. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count now to Coonsey. Again, 6-3 tri-center here in the top of the second inning. And the pitch, and that's popped up and back and out of play. And I see a youngster is going to go chasing after it. The young kids, they always love to go after foul ball. Problem is they don't get a chance to keep them. I never understood that. You go run, scamper after a foul ball, and here you go. They love it. But they're used to running. 2-2. And that's popped up. It's on the infield. Foul ground now back. And the catcher, Dreesen. Did he catch that ball or did he drop it? He dropped it.
Never touched it.
He never touched it. It bounced on the grass. I thought for a second there he got a piece of it. So that's a couple of times that Coonsey's been bailed out on a misplay on a pop. That one was a little bit tougher. Well, that was directly behind home plate. Looked like it was going to be fair territory and ends up foul ground. Runner at third. 2-2 pitch. Misses. 3-2 now to Coonsey. He's been an epic at bat. Even allow me to look up on the internet where he's playing football. It's so long. What's up, Casey? What was life like without phones? Payout pitch. And it just misses outside for ball 4. So Coonsey wins the battle. And Blotzer has given up walks to start the second inning. Runners on the corners for A.J. Harder. He's the quarterback of the football team. He got a state championship to his credentials. 6-3, try center with nobody out here in the second. Pitch to Harder, and it's hammered and drilled to left, but it's up in the air towards the line in foul territory. It's dropped by Akers. That's going to be a foul ball. Wow. Well, that you can rule an error on, certainly on that one.
Yeah, I mean, I bet he would have loved to have that, but that means Cale Witt couldn't have tagged up at third, so kind of a lucky break there for the Vikings.
It's nothing in one on a long strike to Harder. Well, they put Coonsey in motion from first. Trying to induce a throw. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Coonsey's just going to be conceded at second base.
Jason didn't know.
It'll be kind of a catcher's indifference, although I'm sure Tri Center will give him a stolen base. So second and third, but blocks are ahead the 0-2. Outside in the dirt, Swartz a little bit behind, but not that far behind. And Witt has to stay at third. A witty idea by Cale Witt to not run. That ball did not get away by much. Although that retort by myself was not very witty. 1-2, the count to A.J. Harder, who struck out looking his first time up. Look out, way inside, he threw behind him. And a good job by Dreesen, who reached back and able to make the catch. That was not an easy play to make for Dreesen. I mean, you lose sight of that ball through the batter. 2-2, the count to Harder. Second and third, nobody out. Swing and a bouncy ball hit to short. Backhanded by Finneran. He'll go to first, get the out there, but scoring is Witt. And it's 7-3, Tri Center. So an RBI for Harder. Coonsey moves down to third base. And there's one away for Cale Corin. The infield stays back. They were back with Harder. Now Corin awaits the first pitch, and it floats in a little high for ball one. Right now, the Vikings want to stay out of the big inning.
I'm not wearing my glasses. I have to read your
just allow the one run.
Misread it.
Have a runner in third.
I'm not
All
wearing
the
my
Corin has
glasses.
to
I have
do is
the
get it
readers in it.
fair,
I
and that would
misread
bring
the
in
name.
another one. Corin, an RBI single his last time up. Swing, and that's a high fly ball in the shadow of center. Nelson coming on, he'll make the catch. Tagging at third is Coonsey. The throw! Tag! Yeah! Come on! Up the line! Center, the double play returns the second. What a play by the Vikings! The Trojans do score one run, no hits, 2 errors, and nobody left aboard. Could have been a lot worse, though. Tri Center with a 7-3 lead. Back after this on KSOM.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
That time by the Vikings, Ty Nelson making the catch in somewhat medium length center field. And the throw really was not spectacular, but, Jack, what a great job by Dreesen to stay with it and go up the line. And he was able to apply the tag on Coonsey to get out of the inning.
Yeah, if you're looking at it from center field, it ended up on the right of the plate, and the person behind the plate was just close enough to reach for Kunze and get the tag. I mean, it might have been on target, but man, that was a far throw from center.
It really was, and a fantastic play, and avoided, as I said, the big inning for the Bicycles. The softball diamond, already in the sixth inning. They started a half hour early. We're going to the bottom of the second, and they're in the sixth in the softball diamond, and AHSTW holds a 4-3 lead over Tri-Center. We will not have a game tomorrow night, but Thursday night we're heading to Audubon for softball. Zaire HK Audubon will battle the Wolves of ITM Manny. That's a 7 o'clock start time. All the action here on KSOM. Don't forget, on our sister station, KS95, right now, Tom Robinson on the call there as Preston battles Atlantic in softball action tonight. Two rivals near the top of the Hawkeye 10 conference. That's on KS95. So, you have a new picture here?
Yep, we do.
We do.
Baker McCarty, it looks like. I'll get you his stats in a second. Where you can get him.
I will get him. McCarty. So Kunze only throws one inning.
In the pitch for the Georgians, number 45.
Baker McCarty making up the appearance for 1-0 with a 2.62 ERA. Opponents are hitting just 129 against him. And the first pitch is bounced on the right side, and Hayden Akers hits it on the right side of the first baseman. Thomas ranged over, but he had nobody to throw to. He brings one by Akers, and it's a leadoff infield single.
Yeah, it's that awkward spot in first where you're far away enough from it so where you can't reach it. Like you're the one that has to feel it.
Sounded so hard off the bat, and it didn't go that far at all, but it worked for Akers. A leadoff single against McCarty, and that'll bring on Finneran. And the first pitch snaps the mitt on the outside corner of Gunderson, and it's 0-1 out with Finneran.
Kunze pitched 32 with 18 strikes in that first inning. Kind of a similar inning between Bolter and Kunze.
The 0-1 to Finneran. There's a ground ball hit to short. Dives in the grass. Double clutched it short by Widener. He goes to second, gets the out there, but they double clutch really prevented the double play. It wasn't hit all that hard, too, because the grass kind of killed it. It was a little skitter. And
catcher number 24,
skitter's choice, but they do get a lead. One away for Dreesen. McCarty so far this season, he's thrown 8 innings. He's allowed 9 runs, 3 earned on 4 hits, 3 walks, 4 hit batters, 10 strikeouts in his 8 innings.
So I would assume the winner came out.
Nice whip of 0.88. First pitch is a swing and a miss for Dreesen, and it's 0-1. Sanders struck out looking against Kunze. I don't even know. I gotta go back and look to see how many of those runs were unearned or not. But not the outing I think that Tri-Center was looking for. That pitch is low in the dirt, blocked by Gunderson. 1 ball, 1 strike to Dreesen. So Tri-Center will be bullpen by committee tonight unless McCarty can eat up a lot of innings. The runner first goes. The 1-1 pitch is dropped, and that's a stolen base for Finneran. That's his 9th of the year. That leads the team. And it's 2-1 now to Dreesen. Coach Brick's really high on this young kid as a pitcher. He's got a lot of fine tuning to do. He's got some experience. That one's in the dirt from McCarty. 3 balls at his strike to Dreesen. And again, it's going to come in time for a guy like Camden Dreesen. He's got definitely a varsity high school arm. But it was a process also for Hayden Akers along the way. And now he's become one of the best in school history. And a swing and a miss on an inside breaking ball. The count is full to Dreesen. 7-3, Tri-Center with the lead over AHSTW. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Pitch, and that's a slowly bouncing ball hit up the middle. Scooped up at short by Widener. He goes to first in time. Wicket Simpson down the third goes Finneran, but there's now 2 away. On the other side, Field says that he really likes Widener at short. He has really become a good defensive player. Cale Witt was the shortstop, but with the development of Widener and his ability, they can now move Witt to center field.
What's that shortstop? They moved Kinsey to center.
There's a strike call on a breaking ball. I guess Witt has been moved. So Wagner is not at short anymore. It's Witt at short and Coonsey in center field. So Coonsey stays in the game with center. Witt now at short. The 0-1, and that's in the dirt, smothered by Gunderson. And that prevents Finneran. He stays at third. There's some yelling over in the left side in the softball diamond. The game is tied. Try center, but AHSTW, I think, just got out of the inning. 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball outside. 2-1 the count to Freeman. Our score here 7-3. The Trojans with a 6-run first inning. Vikings answered with 3 in the bottom of the first. Looking for more here. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Snap throw down to third. And a good job at third by Herter to get his body in front of it. And he prevented it from going into left. And that saved a run. Actually, Widener is now at third. So Widener's at third. I don't know where Harder moved. They don't tell us where they go. Here's a ground ball slowly hit to second. And up with that one is Horak, and he flips to first, and that will retire the sign. For the Vikings, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left aboard. We go to the third. It's 7-3. Try center on top. Back after this here on KSOM.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
We're trying center with the lead. We go to the third, and here with the play-by-play, Jack McKee.
Thank you very much, Chris. Due up for the Tri-Center Trojans, Tristan Gunderson, the catcher, Aiden Goldap, the second baseman, and Trenton Hebner in the left field. Pitching for the AHSTW Vikings, it's still Sage Blotzer out there. 52 pitches so far in this one with 30 strikes. So a pretty great ratio. I mean, he's been throwing strikes out there, but the problem with him is his speed. I mean, he's throwing a lot of off-speed pitches out there, and the ones that are in the zone, Tri-Center Trojans are getting pretty nice pieces out of it. And then they had a really big inning in the first with 6 runs, and a bit of a less efficient inning in the second. And run the Trojans to 14 outs after that. So HSW Vikings hoping for a pretty solid defensive inning here. Tristan Gunderson coming up, averaging 160 on the season, 382 on base percentage. Nice tall stance, not much bend in those knees, but very square. Hits off of his head right there, Chris, and that made a loud sound. Thank goodness for protection, right?
Yeah, back in the old days, they didn't have it. But yes, they are overly protective now, and that one got away from Blotzer. He's struggled with his control at times. Maybe a little nervous today, throwing varsity's first start, but Gunderson aboard.
Second baseman.
It is also reading up on some dead ball stories earlier. And Ray Chapman, a batter who was the first to die from an on-field injury. It was probably a pitch not dissimilar to that one. First strike popped up, and that's out behind the press box. And after about 12 hours, surgery, and they pronounced him dead. So that kind of was the story that kind of drove for protection in baseball. And obviously, it's been a lot safer since then. I mean, pretty barbaric times back in the early 1900s.
I'm not mistaken, it was Carl Mays who threw the pitch.
It was.
It had to have been as painful for him. I think Mays went on and he still had a successful major league career.
7-3 your score here in Avoca. The pitch, runner goes. He's going to get challenged, and the throw is off to the right. Gets in there safely with a stolen base. Tristan Gunderson on that one.
By the way, Carl Mays, no relation to Willie Mays. This was a completely different era.
Sage Blotcher looks at second. Pickoff attempt, and it's a pretty slow throw over to second, and runner back in there safely. That's Tristan Gunderson on second. He reached on a hit by pitch. Blotzer looks again. Slide step. High pop up and shallow infield. It's going to be a foul ball. No one's going to be able to get to it. That was right on the right side, right in front of the first base coach's block there.
Well, how have you ever seen that ball? You know, I mean, he was. I don't think he could have gotten it. I mean, he might have been able to, but I think he might have just not seen it.
Yeah, I mean, it was very high, a lot of time to get there, and it's pretty easy to lose it once you're running towards it and trying to look up at the same time, and it's really not an easy play to make. Gunderson's still on second, another pickoff attempt. It's going to be close and safe. Yeah, a pretty good throw there, and a tag was laid down, but it was a bang play, very close there on second. 1-2 the count, 7-3 here the score in Avoca. Tri-Center Trojans leading, looking to put one more on. Runner goes, pitcher throws,
Chance.
and Drayson loses the ball at third, and he's going to advance on the throwing error by Drayson. And kind of got lost in a cloud of dust there, Chris. And it's really hard to track it once that happened, and it kind of went to the left into foul territory, and it kind of made a lot of progress and a lot of ways to go for the third baseman.
Well, there were two mistakes there, Jack, by the Vikings. Number one is the pitcher Blotzer spent way too long in the stretch, and that's why Gunderson took off because he had plenty of time.
Pitch here goes down, swinging number 11, Adam Goldap, down on strikes. Out here, bottom or top of the third.
And then just to give you the second mistake was the throw, of course, by Drayson. It was way too low, and Freeman should have tried a way to stop it, but he could not.
And Gunderson was already going by the time that he had started bringing down the pitch. First one's a ball outside for Trenton Hebner. 238 on the season, 450 on base percentage, 286 slugging. Pitch number 2, that's a high fly ball to left field, and that's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be close to that line there that you were mentioning, and we didn't think we'd see a play like that where it was really close to the left fielder and that line, but it was really close there. I mean, he had a really nice chance at it.
Well, Akers trying to make a basket catch of that one. But he was right at the line, and he didn't know where he was exactly. He was just going after the ball, but he had plenty of room in front of it, and he knew that, and he just kept hustling after it. But he might need a little bit here to catch his breath.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's kind of scary there. I mean, there's no fence to tell you when to stop, so you just kind of have to keep running. Pitch number 3, a comebacker goes into center field, and that'll be a base hit for number 16, Trenton Hebner. Great piece of hitting there. Blotzer had to get out of the way. It was a bit to the left of him, though. I don't think there was any threat of him actually getting hit there.
Boys, pitchers are dangerous. I mean, AHSTW softball got hit in the hand by a liner up the middle last week, and she's out for at least hitting-wise for a little bit of time. So pitchers are vulnerable.
Yeah, it's definitely a common occurrence, and a lot more common than I think it should be. Pickoff attempt by Sage Blotzer. Hebner back in safe. And I mean, softball players have opted for the facial protection for the infielders, and I think that's really helpful. And I mean, that avoids a lot of bad injuries to the face. Looks to bunt, takes it back, runner goes, and another close play there, safe into second is Hebner. It was kind of a one hopper, and it was just not a very hard throw from Drayson. So we'll see Hebner in there safe, and another runner in scoring position here in the top of the third. 8-3 your score here in Avoca. Tri-Center leads. Pickoff attempt by Blotzer. Back in safe is Hebner. Weiner steps back in. Got a nice closed stance. Swings. It's going to be dancing on the left field foul line, and it's going to go out of play. We'll do it over.
That was the 10th stolen base of the game for Tri Center. They have been running every chance they get against the catcher.
Wow. I mean, that's kind of a trend I think I see quite a bit in high school baseball where, I mean, head coaches are really starting to see these errors being made by the catcher, and they start going a lot more. They start to be a lot more aggressive on the base pass, and it seems to reward a lot of teams very well. Brody Wagner hit by the pitch. He's going to run down to first.
Again, it's all or nothing with that breaking ball with blockers sometimes, and that one got to the side. Doesn't have complete control of it, but he's a young pitcher. He's only a sophomore, so he'll find control eventually.
Yeah.
But that one got away. Now we get to the top.
It's kind of a high risk, high reward pitch for Blotzer. I mean, when he misses his spot, it kind of goes a long ways out. Rounder to shortstop, fielding it, throws to first. It'll be in time for the out. That'll be 2 outs now for the Tri-Center Trojans on offense. And like I said, I mean, it's a high-risk, high-reward pitch. When he misses his spot, it's pretty far out. But when he hits it, it shakes those pitchers pretty well.
Well, I thought Finneran would have had a chance for the second double play. It's hit hard enough, but he's just going to get the sure out at first. But Hebner advances, so does Widener now to second. But he had a chance to maybe turn two there.
First pitch down and low, ball. And Cale Witt tells third baseman to stay there. I mean, great stop there by Dreyer. Or not Dreyer, sorry. That's Drayson behind the plate. So 1-0 count here for Cale Witt. 360 on the season he's batting. So pretty good bat. Outside, great stop there by Drayson to keep those runners on board. It's Brody Widener on second and Lincoln Thomas on third. The 2-0 pitch. Hard swing there by Cale Witt. It's going to be out of play. Oh, man, he got a lot of that one. Just a beautiful swing there. Got a bit too early on it, though. Man, he hit every stitch of that ball.
Power. Yeah. Long week for Manchester Revenue. Boxer expected to eat up innings here.
I think he swung at that, did he?
Well, it was, he was coming out of the box. And I was just thinking, it was a good pitch on the inside corner off speed one that time taken by Witt. And it was one of his better pitches this inning.
Yeah, Sage Blotzer, I mean, when he hits a spot, it really does a wonder on those batters. I mean, you're not sure what they're going to do with it, but I can tell you it's not going to be much.
Yeah.
Cale Witt steps back in. Runners on second and third here in Avoca. Score 8-3, Tri-Center Trojans. The pitch, high ball. And that'll be filling up the count at here at 3-2. Sage Blotzer at 70 pitches, 40 strikes.
They need.
What a dangerous bat. He's got his scoring position. Still a game here for 5 on lead.
Pitch. It's going to be a soft blooper to shallow center field. It's going to drop, and it's going to be fielded by the right fielder, and that's going to bring in both runners. So not the prettiest hit there from Cale Witt. I mean, we saw that foul ball he hit earlier, and we thought he'd go a lot further, but it gets the job done, brings both in. And that increases the score to 10-3 Tri-Center Trojans.
Yeah, Hebner and Widener both scored. And a little bit, number 22 was to the right side of the second base bag and right center. The center fielder, Nelson, is kind of shading off towards left, so there was really no chance for him to catch that ball. And they say hit him where they ain't, and Witt did.
You'd have to get either.
Raccoonzi steps back in. He's got a base on balls and a single so far in this one. 586 on base percentage going into this one. Runner goes, thrown by Drayson. It's going to be close, and no play is made. Number 19, the second baseman. Looks like that is Aiden Akers. Well, it's not Aiden Akers, sorry.
Andy Lund.
That is Lund. He didn't get his hand on the ball. And no play really made.
Another interesting fact here tonight, Jack, is that Tri-Center now has 6 runs with 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, they tell you, I mean, no matter how many outs are, you're always looking to swing. The inning is never over, and that's the beauty of baseball and softball. 2-0 count here for Carter Coonsey. Takes a swing down low. It's going to be hitting the edge there. A beautiful pitch there by Blotzer. I thought that was going to be low there for a second, but it was right on the edge. It's a 2-1 count here for Carter Coonsey. Runner on second. The pitch is going to be high for ball 3. So a nice hitter's count. Runner goes after receiving the ball. He's out. He's out. I mean, that was an interesting decision there by Cale Witt. I mean, he had gone to third after.
Caught stealing of the night.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to get it. So, I mean, pretty good inning here for the Tri-Center Trojans. 10-3 your score here in Avoca. We'll be back in a minute here on KSOM.
When it comes to your investments, I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
The 3 Trojans your score here in Avoca as we see a beautiful sunset on the right side of the field. I mean, beautiful weather for baseball. It's a bit windy for my taste. Other than that, temperatures coming in at a nice 72. And, I mean, beautiful night for baseball. So it'll be Brady McCarty pitching for the Tri-Center Trojans. He has 14 pitches so far in this one. He came into relief for Carter Coonsey. He had 32 pitches. He only pitched one. So that was a bit surprising. It's been a good for this Tri-Center Trojans team, but they've taken out early.
And Coonsey's had some issues with the strike zone at times this year, and that came back to haunt him in the first inning when he walked the first 2 batters he faced. Vikings had a chance in the second against McCarty, but couldn't get across a run after a leadoff single by Akins.
Calvin Parker in the box for the AHSTW Vikings. And he takes strike 1.
Parker struck out looking his first time up.
Pitcher inside for ball number 1. Baker McCarty, a pretty new pitcher for these Tri-Center Trojans. I mean, just a freshman. Looks like he has 1 appearance so far in the season. Swing and a miss there for Calvin Parker. Puts him down 1-2. 10-3 your score here in Avoca. Tri-Center Trojans have a nice, comfortable lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Just on the outside corner for strike 3, Calvin Parker goes down looking. Second strikeout of the game for Calvin Parker.
Pitcher number 13, Sage
Blotzer. We go to Sage Blotzer.
First strikeout for McCarty. He's starting to get to the bottom part of the lineup. The Vikings are going to need that to try and scratch across some base runners here to put a threat on McCarty.
First pitch in there for strike 1. Sage Blotzer took a look at it. 250. Sage Blotzer's averaging in this one 500 on base percentage on the season so far. The pitch fouled back, roll slowly towards the backstop. And we'll see Sam Stern jog over and try to field that ball, throw it back to the umpire once he gets up to the bat. Long walk there for the umpire if he were to get it for himself. So I'm sure he's glad to have those on deck players get it for him.
Yeah, they don't like to walk. I don't like to walk my teams.
0-2 is popped up on the right side. It's going to be in foul territory. It's going to be close. And that was right on the edge, right inside the fence there. I mean, with how much foul territory there is here in Avoca, there was no real chance for them to field it.
They didn't stop Lincoln Thomas, though. He was going for it, and he sprinted his way there. Good hustle, but that ball was hit right at the base of the fence in the dirt.
0-2 pitch here for Sage Blotzer. Soft swing, and it goes into shallow right field. It's going to be close. Safe. And that's one of those interesting plays where it goes into the outfield, but it's still able to be fielded and thrown to first by the right fielder for a chance at an out. I mean,
Meyer thought he had it, Jack, because he put his hands over his head.
Right. Well, it's right over
And you think you have a sure base hit, and that was a good piece of hitting by Blotzer just to dump it the other way. But Meyer was so shallow, and suddenly Blotzer had to realize, oh, I got to hurry up.
yeah, I mean, it's that awkward spot in right field where, I mean, you might have a chance to throw it back to first and get a chance of the out. First pitch here, a strike for Sam Stern, 278 batting on the season so far, 519 on base percentage, 278 slugging, 10-3. Tri-Center Trojans are score here in the bottom of the third. 0-1 pitch down low, takes ball one. Sam Stern rocking number 22 in this one. He's playing right field. Baker on the mound here for the Trojans. The pitch just outside there for Sam Stern. He's got a batter's count now, 2-1. Sage Blotzer on first. Pitch inside for ball three. And I mean, Baker McCarty has kind of dug himself into a hole here. A lot of work to make up.
Hardy has a different arm angle. He doesn't throw completely over the top.
Down in the dirt here. Sage Blotzer is going to jog to second. Well, that's ball four. So
then you have a courtesy runner in for Blotzer. I believe it's Lamp. Yep, Lamp running.
So number 16.
Runners on now for Ty Nelson. Ty Nelson had that excellent throw from center field to take out Carter Coonsey just in time to prevent another run. And we'll see if he can do some more of his own work. Shows bunt. It's down and out. That'll be ball one. So playing some small ball here in Avoca, trying to get those runners to advance. We'll see if he'll try to show bunt once again.
Vikings are in this game. They got 2 on. They trail by 7. They need a big hit. They're going to get on that pitch.
Yeah, in there for strike one. 1-1 the count now for Ty Nelson. And I mean, AHSTW has had great progress on the plate so far. I mean, it was just that excellent first inning for the Tri-Center Trojans. Pitch number 3 outside for ball 2. And they had that first inning where they had 9 batters and 3 runs come in. So, I mean, they're definitely still in this, I'd say.
Have not had a 1-2-3 inning yet.
The pitch just in there for strike 2. Beautiful pitch there by the freshman Baker McCarty, right on the edge. And now Ty Nelson evened up at 2-2. Outside and looks over at first. He is
way too high on that one, and Dennerson was up. He's ready to pounce on any throw.
So full count now for Ty Nelson. Swing and a miss. Throws back at first, and no play will be made. I mean, Tristan Gunnarsson, great throw, great awareness there from behind the plate. Nelson sit down on strikes. So number 10 now, Chase Wheatley, the DH. He is not fielding in this one, I believe, due to injury. He'll have Andrew Lund in his place at second. First one, high pop-up. It's going to be behind the press box, it sounds like, towards the parking lot. And it'll be 0-1 now for Chase Wheatley, 10-3. Once again, your score here in Avoca. Tri-Center Trojans with the lead. Runners take the lead. The pitch just on the edge once again. I mean, 2 great pitches there from Baker McCarty, pretty much at the same exact spot, right on the edge there. And I mean, it's really hard as a batter to judge where that's going to be. Strike 3 sends him down on strikes. Baker McCarty, the freshman, proving his prowess here in Avoca. So AHSTW Vikings sent down on 3. They had runners on, but nothing will come to pass here in the bottom of the third. We'll take a minute break and be back with more baseball here on KSOM.
Got a leak? A clog? Or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom. Furnace or AC needs some attention? Or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Back here in the top of the fourth, and Baker McCarty proving his prowess on the mound for the Tri-Center Trojans. I mean, just a freshman, he was making those Vikings batters look silly with those on-the-edge pitches. That means great command there for Baker McCarty. And as a batter, it's really, really hard to make a decision there. I mean, you have no clue where that's going to be, inside or outside. So it'll be Sage Blotzer back on the mound once again for the AHSTW Vikings. He's pitched 75 so far in this one, 42 strikeouts or strikes. So Tri-Center Trojans had a really great first inning, bringing in 6 runs. And with that, we will see Carter Kunze come up to bat in this one.
Leading off top four.
Carter Kunze's done a great job at the plate. We saw a great at bat for him in the bottom of the second. That was about at least a 10 pitch at bat, I believe. Sage Blotzer out of the stretch. Carter Kunze swings the first one, will be fouled out of play towards the parking lot.
Well, Blotzer taking one for the team. He's allowed 10 runs. Not all of them are earned, however, but Coach Briggs wants to save his pitchers for later in the week, so Blotzer expected to go long here.
Going outside for ball number 1. Carter Kunze takes it, and that'll be past the catcher. It'll be number 1, AJ Harder on deck, fielding it on the backstop.
He needs to take it one batter at a time.
Yeah,
is what he needs to do at that time. That was high and inside, and so it's 2-1. But at this point in the game, you're a young pitcher, and the best thing you can do is when you're struggling a little bit, you need to wait till the game comes to you. You got to wait till it slows down a little bit for you. You just take it one pitch, one hitter at a time.
High fly ball out to center field. Carter Kunze has a drive. That'll be right in the glove of the center fielder for out number 1. That was Ty Nelson. Catch out there at center field, and he's had a pretty good night out there in center field. I mean, an excellent throw to bring out Carter Kunze, actually. So a bit of a history repeats itself moment there. Ty Nelson had an excellent throw in the bottom of the second from center field towards home to take out Carter Kunze on a tag. First pitch swinging is fouled out on the left side for AJ Harder.
It's almost like they're getting even better cuts now against Blotzer, but Kunze just missed a home run, but he hits it to the deepest part of the park, straightaway center, and then Harder just gave that one a rip.
Number 2 high for ball 1, evened up at 1-1 for number 1, AJ Harder. Top of the fourth here in Avoca, 10-3 your score.
Harder, the only player in the Trojans lineup who hasn't reached base.
Going outside, it's going to be lost by the catcher once again. And we'll get a brand new ball here for Sage Blotzer.
It doesn't look clean like a brand new ball. I think that's a little dirty.
It's as clean as we'll get here in high school baseball.
A new ball for this at bat.
The pitch in there for strike number 2, evened up at 2-2 now. AJ Harder averaging 190 on the season, 260 on base, 333 slugging percentage. Nice square stance here from AJ Harder. Hard swing to left field. That might be in bounds. It's a drive. It's going to be close, and it's out of bounds. I mean, the foul cuts that we're seeing out of these Tri-Center Trojans, I mean, You'd think they're an all-star team with how great these all-star, how great these foul cuts are.
Well, Coonsey almost got his third home run of the year, flew out the deep center. That one left the yard, but foul. And it was a good, I don't know, about 5 feet or so foul, but Harder got a great cut on that one. He almost got his second dinger of the year.
Yeah, you'd love to get that one back if you're AJ Harder. Even up now at 2-2. Sage Blotzer. Soft breaking ball for strike number 3 sends AJ Harder down. And that's that pitch we've been talking about, Chris, that this sophomore Sage Blotzer has that just shakes those tri-center batters when he can place it.
Harder bend his knees all the way almost to the dirt. He was frozen by that pitch. That was the best pitch of the night for Blotzer.
Just outside now for ball number 1, number 33, Cale Corin up for the tri-center Trojans. Sun is fully set now. We still got a bit of daylight left before that night sky hits here in Avoca. 10-3 your score. Tri-center Trojans lead. They're looking to add more on here in the top of the bottom of the 4th. Strike number 1 for Cale Corin.
Last time up, Corin was the one who hit the ball to center field, and it was caught by Nelson and a great throw home to tag out Coonsey.
Pitcher really soft. Another one by Sage Blotzer. I mean, the tri-center Trojans really just don't know how to deal with that pitch.
That is a 12-6 curveball. It's breaking from 12 in your clock down to 6. It's up, and that's a north-south pitch. It's incredible.
1-2 pitch. Another one in there for strike number 3. Sage Blotzer sells him down with the 12-6 curve. So nothing on there for the tri-center Trojans. And 10-3 still your score here in Avoca. We'll be back for AHSTW Bats here on KSOM after this.
At Mid-States Bank, they are more than just a bank. They are your neighbors. Proudly locally owned and operated, they understand the unique needs of our community. Mid-States Bank provides the highest quality customer service through tailored banking, innovative products, and highly trained employees. With personalized service, they take the time to get to know you and help you reach your financial goals. You choose how you want to bank, in person, over the phone, or online. Mid-States Bank. More options, more service, more willing. MidStatesBank.com.
Make sure you're getting the best coverage for you at the most competitive rate. Hi, this is Nick Carnes with Brocker Carnes & Carnes. We are an independent insurance agency that offers coverage for your home, auto, life, farm, and everything in between. But mostly we are here to help. As an independent agency, we can shop around for the best rates and coverages from multiple companies. Stop by one of our offices or go to BrockerCarnes.com for a quote on your insurance. Let Brocker Carnes & Carnes help you get the best coverage at a competitive rate.
Okay, so the pinch.
5 is your score on the softball field in Avoca.
Must have came in.
HSW Vikings take down tri-center Trojans here at home.
That's a good win for the Lady Bugs. Bouncing
the DH is still in.
They kind of had unfortunate injuries and unfortunate mistakes in the field over the season, and I mean, it's probably a great win for them. It gets momentum back, and hopefully they can do it the rest of this week. All right.
Okay, so it's just the right fielder that they
took. So 10-3 your score here on the baseball field. Tri-center Trojans
still off the Vikings. 18 acres.
Aiden Akers will be up to bat, so we'll restart from the top of the order.
I got
Aiden Akers playing left field in this one.
Flex girl in softball. That's
just outside for ball number 1. Baker McCarty still on the mound for the tri-center Trojans.
And then you can't
count in a second.
If you're in
the windup,
you got a bat in there.
Hard comebacker towards center field, and Aiden Akers is on with a 0-out single to start off the inning.
But he's a better hitter than that. And he showed it there with a nice shot right up the middle.
Yeah, I mean, that's, in my opinion, the textbook perfect hit. I mean, that just tells you how perfect the timing was. And some great velo off the bat now. Number 2 hitter, Braden Finneran up now. Outside for ball number 1, Baker McCarty has pitched 39 now with that one and this one. 24 strikes so far. Baker McCarty out of the stretch. Hard chop over to third base, a double play attempt to second, to first. Not in time. A great pick and great effort there by Lincoln Thomas. Unfortunately, does not come to pass. They'll get the out at second, though. And I mean, what more can you say about that defense? A great pick there at third. Thrown over to second.
Number 24,
And thrown to first. Good for one out.
Well, Winder now at third base, and he threw the ball to second, but ball up on the turn, the ball was thrown in the dirt a little bit, and a good job at first by Thomas to stretch.
Soft blooper into center field. Good for another hit here for the AHSTW Vikings. And I mean, 10-3 a score, but these Vikings are trying to battle back.
Well, Dreesen just dumped that one in, a nice soft liner, and then they almost got Finneran at second. He had to hold up to see if it was going to be caught. Just got in ahead of the throw from the center fielder, Kinsey.
We'll see for Braden Finneran.
Cooper Crummel will run for
Cooper Crummel. That's for Dreesen, actually. Dreesen playing behind the plate in this one, so courtesy run for him as much as you want.
This is a big at bat here. I mean, you got Freeman, Parker on deck, who struggled here tonight. So Freeman in the cleanup spot. The Vikes trail by 7. You know, you want to try and get back in the ball game. This is the time to do it.
Defining at bat here for the Vikings. It's pass ball here. And runners advance on that. I mean, the backstop gives and the backstop takes away here in Avoca. I mean, it's pretty much it's a jog. It's a sprint, actually, to the backstop to try and get that ball before too much damage is done. And we saw it there.
McCarty overthrew that one, and there was no chance for Gunderson to get that one. The wild pitch moves the runners up to in scoring position.
Down in the dirt now for ball 2 for Cash Freeman. And now you got a great count here if you're Cash Freeman, and I think he's looking to swing on this one.
Freeman singled in the first, later scored on a wild pitch.
Swing and a miss now for Cash Freeman. And pretty healthy chop at that one, but Baker McCarty had one down and away waiting for him.
Looks like he's going exclusively towards the outside corner almost.
Out of the stretch, out and way out. Good stop there behind the dish now. Doesn't do any harm.
Well, Gunderson got a piece of that ball, and he just saved a run there. That was way offside, and that's great catching by Gunderson. You don't have to get all of the mitt on it. That's why you have that big old mitt for the catcher, and he saved a run.
So Baker McCarty walked up to Gunderson. Bit of a short pep talk here in the bottom of the 4th. Baker McCarty now. Just in there for strike number 2. And that's another one of those edge pitches where, you know, if you're an AHSTW Viking, you don't really know what to do with it.
Great pitch by McCarty. Again, outside corner.
Counts full now for Cash Freeman. High pop up into shallow infield. And it'll be the shortstop making the play there for the Tri-Center Trojans. And that was kind of close to the mound. I would have thought Baker McCarty would have taken that for himself. But...
Well, the rule of thumb is you're a pitcher. That ball is hit up in the air. You just get out. You let the defense take control. And Witt from short had a better angle coming in on that ball. And he took command, and he's the defensive leader on that infield right now.
Looks like we'll see a pinch hitter now for the AHSTW Vikings. It'll be Donovan Barons, who's been in one appearance so far on the season. We'll get you his stats here in a second, but for now, I'm in a big opportunity for him. Runners on second and third. We'll see if he can make anything happen. Pitch here, hard chop to the second baseman. He'll be in time for the out, but not without 3 outs being done here in the bottom of the 4th. So 10-3, despite all these runners, despite all this activity on base, remains your score here in Avoca. 10-3 Trojans. They have a comfortable lead going into the 5th inning. We'll be back after this.
3H Customs has everything any farmer needs to be successful, and that's not an exaggeration. We offer soil sampling, crop scouting, and spraying. We also offer precision planting products, Midwest seed genetics, and nature's fertilizers. Don't forget fertilizers and anhydrous also. 3H Customs has everything the Iowa farmer needs, and we dedicate ourselves to helping each farmer be successful. For more information on how you can build that successful operation, call 249-2429 or visit 3hcustoms.com. 3H Customs, customizing your farming resources to fit your needs.
Anita Supply Center is here for you. From the big jobs to the small tasks, we're here to help. Hi, this is Kim with a reminder of our hours, so when you need our help, we're here. Anita Supply Center is open Monday through Fridays, 7 to 5, and Saturdays, 8 until noon. We're here 6 days a week for all your building, landscaping, how-to projects, repairs, and more. We offer free in-home measurements, free estimates, and can help you put your ideas together. Anita Supply Center is open 6 days a week for all your home improvement and building needs.
10-3 your score here in Avoca. Tri-Center Trojans got a comfy lead going into the fifth, and it'll be Chris Varney taking the reins.
Thank you very much, Jim. Great job. We go to the fifth. Gunderson, Goldap, and Hebner for Tri-Center. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup. And I believe Blotzer still out there for the Vikings. He's thrown 89 pitches so far this year, so far this game. That's probably more pitches in this game than he's thrown all year. And a breaking ball is a little high to Gunderson. 1 ball to 2 strikes. Gunderson, an RBI single in the first. He got hit by a pitch in the third. His courtesy runner has scored twice. Although I think Gunderson ran for himself last night. He rips that one. That's down the line and left. That's a base hit. And then it gets away from Akers. And it'll go all the way to the wall. And that'll allow Gunderson to head to center. And he's in there. It will be a hit and an error. And for the Vikings, that's going to be their 4th or 5th error of the game.
We just lost lights.
Lights turn off.
We got no lights.
We got some lights.
Well, we got, lights in the infield, but the outfielders can't see. It is the 5th error of the ball game on AHSTW. And now we have an issue with the outfield lights. So it's 10-3 is the score.
I've never been there. We're going to go
here in the top half of the 5th inning. Gunderson, the runner at second base, and they're going to have to address the lights issue. So while they're doing that, we'll step aside.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
What's it mean to be in good hands? It means you get an expert agent who's in it for the long haul. We'll get to know you and be there for you as your coverage needs change. I'm Craig Hummel at Hummel Insurance Services, and we work with Allstate Insurance. Let us help you choose the right amount of protection to meet your needs and see for yourself what it means to be in good hands. Call Hummel Insurance Services or stop in anytime.
I know you have a choice. Hi, I'm Mark Smith, certified financial planner and registered investment advisor with Principal Financial Group. Today I want to say thank you, Southwest Iowa. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to serve the community for 39 years. Over the years, you've given me the opportunity to get to know you and your family. Thank you for your trust, your confidence, and most of all, your relationship. If I can help you with your financial plan, please give me a call at 712-243-2466. Mark Smith, Principal Financial in Atlantic.
Well, the lights have not come back on. Right now, now all the lights are off. We've lost everything, but maybe they have to turn everything off and then turn them back on. We're in the dark here in Avoca. We don't know what's going on. We do know that if they cannot get the lights back on for any reason, all of the lights, they need all of the lights to be fair, then this game would be suspended. This game would not be final. It would be suspended and they would have to complete it at a later date. It is 10-3. We're in the top of the fifth inning. The 10-run rule could become into effect, but not necessarily. We haven't reached that point yet. You got a runner at second in Gunderson. Goldap, the due hitter, here in the top of the fifth inning, but they lead by 7. So the 10-run rule would be would be what they want to do, but hopefully they'll fire up. They cannot apply that in this case. So they would have to finish this if they can't get these lights to remain. Oh yeah. Ever since this field was, I don't know how long it would take to warm them up. If they fly line out
That's the 4 AHSTW Vikings.
and they're just,
I think it's 5 actually. They're just kind of playing in the grass out there in center. I saw a few of them laying down.
we had one time.
I'm not sure how long this will last. With the back and run.
That pole right beside
I mean, it could be worse conditions to sit in the
Well, Troy Center started this game in the first inning. It was a leadoff single by Lincoln Thomas.
Yeah.
After a flyout by Cale Witt, Thomas was on second with stolen base. Carter Kunze drove him in. An RBI hit to left. That made it 1-0 Tri Center. Kunze stole another base, 10 of 11 stolen bases in this game of Trojan. Kunze would come home after AJ Harder would strike out looking as Cale Corrin got one into left field for an RBI single, and that started a barrage of hits with 2 outs for the Trojans. Corrin stole second, and Tristan Gunderson would single into right center for a base hit. His pinch runner, Splito, would steal second after Golak would get hit by a pitch. Then Trenton Hebner would get an RBI base hit. That plated another run. Then with Widener at the plate, a steal attempt by Goldak to third. He would be in there. The ball got away on the throwing error, and Goldak would score on that play. Widener then drove in Hebner with an RBI double, and then Thomas ended the inning with a fly ball to left field, and 6 runs had come in for the Trojans in the top of the first inning. But the Vikings were able to answer. Carter Kunze, the starter for Tri Center, walked the first 2 batters he faced, and Aiden Akers and Braden Finneran. After Dreesen struck out looking, Cash Freeman would single, and the bases were loaded. Calvin Parker would strike out looking. There were 2 outs, and St. Glotcher hit a grounder to short, but at the time the shortstop was Widener, and he ended up booting it for an error. Talked about his defensive prowess, but he did commit an error, not allowed a run to score. And then Sam Stern dumped one into center field for an RBI base hit. With Ty Nelson at the plate, a wild pitch was thrown by Kunze, and Freeman would score. And so 3 runs came in as 9 batters came to the plate for the Vikings in the bottom of the first inning. So we had a lot of action right away. 6-3 Tri Center. At the top of the second inning, it was Cale Witt with a leadoff walk. Carter Kunze walked as well. So runners at first and second. And then a ball hit by AJ Harder would be a RBI grounder and an error as well at the plate on the throw. That allowed Witt to score. And then Corrin hit one into center field as Kunze tagged, and Ty Nelson made a great throw up the line. It was really a great play by Dreesen, the catcher, because the ball was thrown up the line in third, and Dreesen went with it, was able to tag Kunze as he was trying to run past, trying to evade the tag. He could not. And a great double play ended the top of the second inning with the Trojans held just 1 run. It was 7-3. The Vikings got a leadoff infield single from Aiden Akers in the second inning with a fielder's choice for Finneran, and then a couple of groundouts later as McCarty, the new pitcher, able to get out of that potential threat in the second inning. It stayed 7-3. Then in the top half of the third inning, it was Tristan Gunderson got hit by a pitch. He stole second. He stole third with Goldap at the plate. The throw to third to try and get him the second to steal went into left field, and Gunderson came home to score. Another run across for the Trojans. But they were not done. After Goldap struck out, Hebner would get a base hit. Widener would get hit by a pitch. Lincoln Thomas rounded out, but Cale Witt drove in 2 more runs with a 2-run base hit, and it was 10-3 at the time going into the bottom of the 3rd inning. Again, the Vikings threatened in that bottom of the 3rd, a 1-out base hit by Blotzer, a walk by Sam Stern, but McCarty would strike out the next 2 batters in the bottom part of the lineup to end that threat. Tri-Center went in order in the 4th, and the best inning so far by Sadie Blotzer. In the bottom of the 4th inning, a leadoff single by Akers, but Finneran bounced out into a fielder's choice. Dreesen would, I can read it right, I believe he walked. No, he got a base hit. He singled, so 2 on at 2nd and 3rd, but Freeman popped out, and then the pinch hitter for Parker would ground out, and that was Barons. Barons, who was supposed to be the starting designated hitter, who has only 1 at bat all year long. He grounded out to end again another threat. AHSTW has stranded a total of 8 base runners in this ball game.
I mean, if you just show me this AHSW scorebook, I mean, I'd say they had a pretty good game going. It's just the problem is they have this 10-run hole that they can't really claw their way out of. I mean, they've made great attempts, great strides towards bringing out of it, but like, I mean, it's still a long way to go.
I don't know how long of a way to go is to restore a light here. The scoreboard is still operating, but that's on a different, I think, fuse. I hope they didn't blow a fuse here. But it is 10-3 the score with Tri-Center in front. So we step aside and take another break. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Mid-States Bank. We're in a darkness delay. 10-3 Tri-Center on KSOM.
Did you know that Mexican food is considered to be healthy?
What? How do you figure?
Almost every dish has vegetables. Salsa, all vegetables. Guacamole, avocados, and corn tortillas. They're naturally gluten-free.
Okay, I get it. Tacos, lettuce and tomato. So Rancho Grande for dinner?
Race it to the car.
Add more vegetables to your diet at Rancho Grande in Atlantic, and then you can indulge in a guilt-free margarita, imported beer, or dessert. Choose a healthier option at Rancho Grande. Open 7 days a week.
Got a leak, a clog, or maybe it's time for a brand new bathroom? Furnace or AC needs some attention, or are you interested in floor heating? Call Fikes Plumbing and Services. Your trusted local experts in so many areas is now serving the Greenfield and Atlantic areas. From quick fixes to major renovations, Fikes Plumbing and Services has you covered with fast, friendly, and reliable service. With 30 years of service, Fikes licensed professionals tackle every job with care, ensuring your home stays comfortable and safe. Don't wait. Call Fikes Plumbing and Services today for your HVAC, plumbing, sewer, and septic needs.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
At Mid-States Bank, they are more than just a bank. They are your neighbors. Proudly locally owned and operated, they understand the unique needs of our community. Mid-States Bank provides the highest quality customer service through tailored banking, innovative products, and highly trained employees. With personalized service, they take the time to get to know you and help you reach your financial goals. You choose how you want to bank, in person, over the phone, or online. Mid-States Bank. More options, more service, more willing. MidStatesBank.com.
We're back here in Avoca, and light has not been restored, but we've been told that they have to let the lights rest. They have to let the lights sit for about 10 or 15 minutes before they can turn them back on. So they just can't, after they go out, they just can't flip a switch. So they have to cool, and then you can try and turn them back on and see what comes back on. And now all the lights come back on. I don't know what the next step is. We might then be suspended. If all the lights come back on, then we'll be able to resume play.
That's the goal. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's any permanent damage being done. It seems like this is something that happens. Has has happened before here in Avoca, but I mean, if it's something more permanent, that'd be a problem.
Well, I mean, Sage Blotzer was getting high in his pitch count, so I don't know if they use this opportunity to get a relief pitcher warmed up
I
and
think he's going in right now to turn him on.
eventually perhaps get
try to look
take Blotzer out of the ball game
find
and
out next minute or so.
looks like they're going to try and attempt to turn the lights on. So they've waited an acceptable amount of time. And hopefully everything will proceed as normal. I never wanted electricity so much. But 10-3, big win, a big lead for Tri Center, and again, they have to finish this game somehow, some way. We're in the top of the fifth inning, and Tri Center really has looked strong. Although the Vikings have swung the bats, they scored 20 runs last time against Riverside, so you know that their confidence is sky high. They have not been able to get as many key hits in this ball game, Jack. But they've done a good job of. They have not been retired 1, 2, 3 all night long. They sent 9 to the plate in the first, and they've had their opportunities, but just have not been able to cash in.
Yeah, I mean, 8 runners left on base. That tells you they're doing something right, but they're just not finishing through with their innings, and that proves on the scoreboard.
Something wrong. What's going on?
Looks like the lights will be coming on here at Avoca as we see both teams getting some nice warm-up in to try to keep themselves warm. But we still got a little bit of baseball left here in Avoca.
I'm sorry. I bet they didn't.
I'm not seeing any
Nothing happened. They're done.
I don't see any activity. They're not coming on. They might this might be suspended. If they try to turn it on and they're not
Back in heaven, tentatively.
Let's see what
After trying to turn on the lights, they are completely down, so we will be suspending this game until a future date to be determined.
Oh my goodness.
At which point this game will restart in the fifth inning, 10-3.
So it is a complete ball game that we unfortunately have tonight. Tri Center.
He tried to start.
AHSTW will not be able to finish the ball game as they try to turn the lights on and they blew out the fuse. So they're going to have to call in the electrician. And this game will have to be Tri Center now has 10 runs on a total of 8 hits. Let's see, 9 hits after the single by Gunderson. So it'll be 10 runs on 9 hits.
I started looking at
one error. They've only left 1 on base. No, 2 out base.
Unless they can find out what the problem is.
And for HSTW, they have 3 runs on 6 hits. They do have 5 errors. And they've left a total of 8 runners on base. So the record stayed the same. Tri Center 7-2. HSTW at 3-6. Here, Jack, and unfortunately, technology didn't work here, Jack.
Yeah, I mean, what would your reaction be if we went on this beautiful June night going in and saying that there would be a delay in this game tonight? I'd say you're crazy. I mean, something like this is something that I'm really not familiar with. I mean, you have rain delays left, right, and center throughout the baseball and softball season. Something like this is really interesting. Something that we're unfortunately having to deal with here tonight in Avoca.
So, Tri Center and HSTW, they'll have to find some time in their schedule to get together and finish this ball game. I believe they do have another meeting later this year, June 26th. That's scheduled to be played.
I'll see you Thursday. I'll see you next time.
That's probably going to be the most convenient thing to do. Is to start it over and finish the first game, and then complete and then play the full second game. So that's probably the best choice. But the coaches will have to get together and decide a future date. So that will wrap up our coverage here this evening. Unfortunately, no winner, at least decided for now. But maybe later this month they will determine who will be the victorious winner between the Trojans and the Vikings. 10-3, Tri Center has the lead with 1 on and nobody out in the top of the 5th inning. I want to thank Michael Sharp back in the plush KSOM studios, hanging out there, making sure we stay on the air. Thanks to Fletcher Talk, here running the video, powered by Nishtanet. For Jack McKee, this is Chris Varney signing off from AHSTW High School. No final score tonight. They'll complete it at a different date. The lights disappeared, and we're heading off into the good diner as well. Good night.